Hey there, you're watching the Dave Does channel, and this is Dave Does Reacts, and today I'm going to be checking out some Soulffly, and the song is Nihilist, featuring Todd Jones of Nails. Don't know the band Nails, so don't know what the reference is or what he's going to be like, but I'm guessing it's heavy. It's a short song, 2 minutes and 51 seconds, or relatively short song, I should say. It's kind of commercial airplay level, airplay, not airplane, airplay level. So yeah, gonna be looking forward to checking this one out. I haven't checked out any Soulffly in a very long time. So yeah, looking forward to it. As always though, remember, whatever I say about this video, it really doesn't matter. The most important thing is you enjoy the music that you like, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's everyone's allowed their opinion. That's the joy of music. But if you are interested in why I have an opinion or why I do videos, I've been playing in bands for the last 30 odd years, including Telescribe and Nothing Gained as my old band kick drum up there. And I've been a songwriter, drummer within those bands for many years, so along with obviously the other guys in the band, but we all contribute different tracks and ideas, so yeah, I feel I have something to add. I won't be pausing or talking during the video, so I'll be talking about it at the end. So if you do get a chance, obviously we can't monetize our videos or on the channel, or I can't monetize the video. I don't know who the royal we is, I guess. But if you could check out Telescribe or Nothing Gained, or both, on either Spotify or YouTube, it is always greatly appreciated for an additional listen. And if you like us, even better. Let's do this. Right, Soulffly and Nihilist. Let's check it out. Okay, there we go. Soulffly and Nihilist. I'm guessing Tom Jones or Todd Jones. Not Tom Jones. It'd be interesting if it was Tom Jones. Todd Jones was lead guitarist, maybe, filling in on that part. So that's my guess based on that, because it wasn't obviously a vocal. One I think I will say about, obviously, I've seen quite a lot of different things from Max's world, the Cavalera Conspiracy, and obviously Nail Bomb, and redoing the Sepultura stuff, and he's done a whole host of other projects. I mean, he gets involved in so many different projects. He just loves to be on the go. So if one project's kind of just waiting on something, or they can't go on tour, they're not doing a releasing a single, he's just out writing. He just wants to keep busy. But they all sort of starting to blend into one kind of sound. Yeah, I mean, his Cavalier Conspiracy stuff is really cool and aggressive and heavy. And I was listening to one of the albums the other day from them, and yeah, I mean, it's just brutal early style Sepultura stuff. That's what I kind of thought about it when I was listening to it, like stuff off of like Schizophrenia and that sort of area, and maybe even things like Beneath the Remains era Sepultura. But what I find with this one, it was a cool track. It was a great chorus, really hooky. Love the breakdown part at the end, really heavy. I like how the track itself isn't overly compressed. There's it's something that's happening a lot more now in music, where bands are feeling like they can be a little bit bigger, a bit more raw. Because we went through this stage around the 2010s, 2015s, and it's only been in the last sort of really since 2020 where bands have felt that they can be a little bit more raw in their approach, that they can get this bigger sound. They're allowed to leave sort of some of the tail ends of that distortion. They don't have to compress everything down and oversample everything and layer it. Yes, there's some samples in the background, some scratchy samples and stuff like that going on to gives you this wall of sound that hits you in this Nihilist, which works really, really well. The cymbals don't sound over compressed. Again, that's one of the things you hear quite a lot. They want to have these crisp cymbal crashes, and then suddenly they want to cut them down so they're not reverberating around the room. And whereas this was just loud, and yeah, you miss some of the hits and stuff as far as you're not getting that clarity of the hit, but you feel much more like it's a live performance. And that's good. I think it's good that music is going back down that route now. There have been bands that would keep doing that for years, especially in the death and the black metal scene. If you go for the core black metal scene, they've always stayed with that raw sound. They've never gone compressed. But you've obviously had things like deathcore and melodic deathcore and death metal, new metal crossovers, and all these other different subgenres that have come into it in the last 15 or so years. So, I mean, it's a good track. It's I don't know, with Soulffly it's a tricky one because they've got a lot of content, they've got a lot of albums out there, and you listen to their early stuff, and that's kind of very much obviously on the tail end of the Roots album of Sepultura, and going off down that new metal vibe of it. This is very much more in line with a crossover between Nail Bomb and Cavalier Conspiracy. I liked the fact that Soulffly had that kind of Brazilian tribal element of Roots and brought it into it. This feels like it's getting a little bit closer to the Cavalier Conspiracy area. I don't know. I don't know enough about Soulffly to really judge. I've listened to like the early Soulffly. I've had a couple of songs in between. One of the ones I did of Soulffly, was it Back to the Primitive or something like that, and that sounded like literally Megadeth. And I think even Dave Ellefson was playing with them at the time. So, yeah, I don't really know. It's not going to convince me that I need to go and listen to more Soulffly. But it weren't a bad track either. It's quite a catchy one. At 2 minutes and 51 seconds, you can't really go wrong with that, can you? I mean, it does what it says on the tin. And I think the best part of it was probably the breakdown at the end. That sludge breakdown is very cool. Very reminiscent of like Machine Head's Old, and how it breaks down at the end, which is always very, very cool as well. So yeah, enjoyable, but not a game changer for me. But I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the video sometime very soon. Take care.